Hi, welcome to this episode of Let's Play WoW. In today's episode, we are going to do a couple of things. One is I'm going to talk a little bit more about my action bar configuration. I've been working on that, and we are also going to do chores. We're going to do chores, what I call the daily chores. I'm not going to drag you through the entire plethora of characters to do that. So let's start off with the action bars. I'm on my mage who has a pet, and what I've done is I've taken one of Blizzard's using the add-on MoveAnything. I've taken one of the add-on one of the action bars from here and put it here. And now I've remapped my hotkeys, and the blue bars are from Button Forge, so the Button Forge bars. This is what I call my run and target. When I'm running and targeting, I can just click this, running with the keypad. It's easier than reaching the tab key, which is also tab to target. But if you're just running, I can target the closest enemy or the next enemy or whatever with I call my target bar. I wanted to put Ice Lance here, and if you make Button Forge, for some reason or other, if I put Ice Lance here, it won't cast. So, you know, even if I have a target, it won't cast. I don't know. So Ice Lance is in a different place where it does cast. Calm Down, Water Elemental. So I haven't moved all of the buttons for everyone yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So my normal casting uses the keys that are most easily reached with the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I can reach 5 and 6. And then this bottom row is Z is my range effect. C is an interrupt. V is often cast with a cooldown of some sort. And then what do I have? Counterspell goes in R for interrupting spells. Blizzard, this is one of those spells that has this thing. I put all of those on T, whatever class I'm in. I put those on T. So I remapped the buttons so that if you look at your keyboard, R is under 4 and T is under 5. And then you think, well, what's under R would be F. And sure enough, F, Ice Barrier. That's not what I want there, though. I want the little one that bubbles you all the time. Yeah, that's it. Ice Barrier goes on F. Things that make you go fast, I put those on H for, you know, hurry up. And what is this? Icy Veins. Accelerates your spell casting, that's a power up. It goes on G for go, go, go. I don't know. Just made that up on the spot just now. Go, go, go. So, this sort of gives the spells sort of a more ergonomic layout. This is a AutoBar, and I decided to keep the AutoBar buttons in play because it automatically changes whatever trinket you have. So if you change trinkets, you don't have to change your action bar. It automatically changes. It automatically changes. You see what I did there? Still using Helium, and that's one of the things on the list of things to do possibly today is to find an add-on. Helium works sometimes kinda the way it's supposed to, but there's a few features that don't work. This is what I used to have a bar that I made just for running and clicking as I go, things that are like emergency protective things. I'm gonna just put them in this cluster of spots here, but let's get on with the daily chores. So daily chores begin with in Borealis Harbor on the 111 plus, checking the missions. I can also check missions here, and I have one mission in progress, nothing to turn in. So next is Garrison. I know you're going, what? Garrison. Yeah, you'll see why. Garrison. There it is. And I am going to do this guy also. He has not been out of Drainer yet. I still do a lot of Garrison stuff. By a lot of, I mean, you know, a few minutes per day. When you teleport to your Garrison, you end up right here. And so there are. I'll go ahead and just teleport him, so because his missions are done. I like whoever is in their chore mode. I like them to be doing the same chores at the same time. And you'll see the why in just a minute. So I'm using Garrison resources to buy mats for big old bags. When I switched my mage over to the tailoring, I went ahead and did some work on but I'm working on these. I did some work down in the other things. I'm working on these hex weave bags. I need hex cloth and I need sorceress earth, and I'm gonna get these 30 slot bags. That's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna have people doing the chores. It won't take quite as long as you would think. So one of the mage's chores is to do that cloth cooldown. Hex weave cloth cooldown. I still have 10 minutes to go on that, so we'll do that before we leave here. Alright, so we completed the missions. I'm only picking the ones that give resources. I have a mission manager add-on. I should probably put a list of all the add-ons I use, and I will do that. I'll put a list of my add-ons in the descriptions. So I have a Garrison add-on mission thing. So there, that one is done. And we'll go over here and get this guy's missions complete. This is Gatla. This is guy I'm going to race change into a Colteran, if that is allowable, and if I can get all of the requirements for that. I use click to walk, especially in negotiating things like this. Next stop is going to be gardening. So I'm going to get him up, and that'll probably get him close to the garden. While he is flying, I'll get her out of the maze. And for some reason, she's got her rocket. There are different traders who come here, and one of them sells the sumptuous fur for 16 Garrison resources. And that is the he has nothing in his garden. Now that's utterly surprising. Well, terrible example. How does he not have anything in his garden? That would presume that I did his garden after the cooldown, the daily cooldown. So I already did it today. I don't know. Makes no sense to me. So we will get him out. And let's see who is. Let's let Addason. Addason is my engineer. Let Addason come and do. Addason is also a new character in my book. My book series I'm writing in the world of SILIAR. I decided to name a new character in the story for Addason in here. So if Addison's got any completed missions, she does. Working on getting the. Didn't get the bonus. Working on getting those fragments up, and we will go ahead and over there. So the world of SILIAR. If you talk to this person, you can tell them what to plant next, and then if you plant,
watch over you.
So this is what Kailie needs for the big bags. So that's how to plan all this. I don't know when you can do it again. You can't do it 2 days in a row. looks like I got that 100% chance. Addison's chore includes 78, whatever. Addison's chore includes gliders and for people, the glider kit. Now I have not fixed Addison's action bar, as you can see. Gliders would be over there, and I'll go ahead and. So this is the button forge bar. This is the button that brings up the button forge bar. And button forge is nice. It has these alignment arrows if you're into things being nice and tidy. And I've gone ahead and just decided to roll that all the way down to the bottom. And so I've been using this. This is my mount section, and then enhancements and gear sets and things like that. This is there was an achievement that required you to click on something and hit, love really fast. I don't remember what that was. I've been doing profession doohickeys in this second row, and then like class specific things in this row. So profession doohickeys, but everybody gets a glider bag, and that goes there. I will get all these sorted out at another time, but that definitely does not go there. And that is a class specific. I've been putting auto attack in this slot just because, and
I can't attack that target.
Something is going on. Here's the life lesson for this video. If you mess with things can mess up, and I have messed with things somehow or other. This set of buttons ends up behind this decoration unless you click on something, and sometimes clicking on something will bring them back. I have yet to figure that out, so that is something also on today's list. I have a hotkey for flying mounts that I can now type with one hand. What did she do here? She upgraded her thing. So that she does not have a follower with the engineering skill. And so I think that doing the thing there will give those things there, and that will allow her to maybe get one of those little tokens that allows you to change your follower skill sets. All right, time to go to work. A lot of talk, and we haven't chored once yet. When I'm doing chores, I do this thing, trying to minimize the amount of mouse work that I have to do. And so I overlap and then start clicking. It's a little bit too far. Just a little smaller. Now we'll get Addison over here in the middle. Kailie is going over here. Missed one.
How may I help you?
They have surprisingly long arms, in that they can reach very far into their garden. Strafe a little bit to get to the next spot. Got all those. Fiona, go back.
Pop in anytime.
It's kind of a sad state that I know my followers' names. Fiona is a gardener. One of the followers that will work in your garden.
I can't loot that right now.
Can't loot that right now. Has already loaded it. Now, besides needing the mats, I wanted to do this on Gatala because he has not been out of his garrison, and he is almost level 102 just from doing daily chores in the garden. At level 100, these things are like 4,500 experience points each, which is pretty impressive. If you're just looking for,
hey there,
you know, for 5 minutes worth of work, you can get several bubbles of experience points. Now at higher levels,
good day to you.
Always empty these things out before you put in work orders. It opens up all the work order slots.
Hey there. See you around.
The other thing is
good one.
mining. I think Addason, and they have different mines. Get over that wall. Oh, Addison, you are a bit of a delinquent on your chores. I don't do every tune every day. I do try to get Kailie's cooldowns done on a daily basis. But because I'm trying to get those big bags. Alright, into the mine we go. Now I think the mines are going to be different. I don't think Kailie has a full level 3 mine. If you have the mining buffs, I don't. The coffee and the pick, it'll save you even more time. Miner's coffee, and I don't see any picks. I may get one as I go forward. Alright, I have a very specific mining system. Not very specific. I have a practice that I follow. I do the downshoot as I'm going in. And then I just follow the right-hand wall of the whole map and mine only things on the right. That way I never miss anything. Now I do this one going in because when you're down on the ground level, you can see the dots of things up above. While one is mining, the other is running. If I could do that in real life, if I could make that flip. I also moved the button here that's usually down here because I was building everything around this button. And so I usually move anything, I moved that button up there. What was I saying? If I could run and do a standing front flip while I was running, and there was no risk of injury, and it did not make me more tired than just walking like a normal person, I guarantee I would be doing running front flips.
Orders, Commander.
Constantly. The human jumping is just, yeah, I would do that all day long. I'd be going like from the car to the McDonald's. I'd be going, yep, front flip. I'm just checking along the right-hand wall. While that one is mining, this one is running. I'm not going to mine that one, but I'll get that one on the way out. This is, I do both sides at a time because it's round. I don't come through this part of the mine twice. So I'll do that one. Kailie's going to run. She'll get that one on the way out. And yeah, she has I think she has one of the small mine versions. It does not take very long. I guess you could go back and look at the timestamps on this video. It does not take very long to do the mine twice if you do it simultaneously. And the mats, so making the gliders and things, Addison uses those ores. Then there are my inscriptionist does the Dark Moon cards. And so I need the herbs for that. So they're not really going to waste. There are some World of Draenor products that are still appealing to people, and Kailie is done. So I just leave the first one done. I just leave them at the bottom of the stairs. Her coffee has wore off, and 2 cups of coffee a day. That's a good thing, right? Human jumping is kind of undramatic compared. If you haven't learned to strafe, strafing is a great tool. Young players who you really have, I think, to enjoy the game as much as possible, being able to manipulate your character with as few hand motions and mouse motions as possible is it's a step in the right direction. I had a friend who played it one time, and he tried to click everything with his mouse, and the only thing that he actually, and I think he used the arrow keys to move, which you can use your arrow keys to move, but unless you have some reason to do that, there was a mechanic in one of the raids at one point somewhere that you needed to be casting and moving at the same time, and one of my melee characters, I would actually use the arrow keys to get out of the disaster while using my left hand to do all of these buttons that I have hotkeyed to the spells. Hotkeys, the key bindings also are game changers. If you haven't gotten into key binding, it's really easy to do. You go into key bindings and you pick the thing that you want and you bind the key, and they're all different types that are accounted for there. Or you can, I made a backup copy of my old key bindings. You can just open your key bindings up and make changes here if you're brave and are willing to take the chance. Are you kidding me? It's a good thing I fixed my That's what happens when you're, 12 levels lower than the thing you attack. That's a good rule for you WoW players. If it's 12 levels higher than you, everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. I missed the missed one somewhere. It's on the chute. I missed one on the chute. What else? It seems like I missed another one. I missed the whole corner. I missed a turn. So I should have gone that way. I missed, following all the curves to the right. You can harvest the entire mine. It goes even faster if you're not telling people what you're doing with every step along the way. Also, you pick up archaeology fragments from time to time, and one more. Nope. Now, 42 experience points means almost nothing to these guys. But when that number is 4,500 or 4,000, or that number, it does mean a lot to the panda, who hopefully will be a Colteran at some point. I could go ahead and hit another coffee, but there it is. I missed it coming in. That's why I try to do this going in, so that when I get all the dots cleared, I know I'm done and I can leave. Speaking of which, click to run. Sometimes you can click on that lamp and then you get a really weird effect. I have sometimes been doing two different things on tunes at the same time. That is a little bit more confusing. One time I was fishing and mining at the same time. That was weird. Fishing is one of those things you really can't really look away from very long. If you look away from fishing, you're going to probably miss the fish, which is true in real life as well. And she has no follower over here. I wonder if she has a follower. Mining has not been a big concern for the mage. Actually, don't really need to go anywhere. I can hearth back to whatever's going to happen next. I'm just going to leave them right here. And I'm going to jump onto Fuller and Elis. This is 7th Legion and this is 7th Legion. And this is green and this is blue. Come on. What happened? I don't know how this is blue and that's green. They don't match. I have not transmogged. any of that. Eliz is still rocking whatever that is. The transmog the top piece and then just kind of let the other pieces. I also transmog the weapons in the offhand on Eliz. Fuller needs a new weapon. Fuller was in her garrison just over there. That mission is done, and that mission is done. Eliz is also in her garrison. When I last played these guys, I was working on the layout. All right, we are going to bring this episode to a close with that. They've got chores to do, and you have been watching long enough. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed this. I will go ahead and make a list of the add-ons that I actually have activated and put those in here for you so that you can see what is going on in my add-on list. Oh, that's a nice closing shot there. Yes, I finished the Paladin quest line. Again, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.